Are we live? Let's see. Gotta wait a second. There we go. All right. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. Thank you guys again for joining us. Really quick, if you guys have never watched any of my videos, feel free to take a browse around our YouTube channel. We have nearly 90,000 subscribers, at least at this point right now. And we mainly focus on different markets for investing. I have a free group, so if you've ever wanted to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, then I think that we're definitely the free group that you would love to be a part of. We have over 68,000 members within our free group altogether. The second link in the description will guide you on over to our Facebook group, and then once you get accepted, if you click on the top pinned post, it will guide you on over to our private group chat. So if you've ever wanted to get invested in the stock market, if you wanted ever to start investing in cryptocurrency, real estate, the buying and reselling of cars and motorcycles, then we are your people. Anything that you can do behind a computer or any form of entrepreneurship, then I think that we're your guys. So let's go ahead and talk about what this video is about. So as you guys can see, you guys can check it out. This is not, obviously this is more than $1,000. I'm gonna break it down. I actually pre-filmed and edited my video, and I was just like, oh, it's really boring. I would much rather answer your guys' questions live. So let me go ahead and cover this real quick. I'm gonna talk to you guys about the Yamaha R1 that I bought about 3 weeks ago. I uploaded a video on it, on how I found it and all that good stuff. I did not actually post it for sale till maybe like a week and a half later after I made that video. So that was very unfortunate. I just, there's so much things that we have going on right now. We're working on the lesson library for buying and reselling cars with me and JR Garage, and it's going to be released on the 1st. So there's a bunch of editing and soft things on the back end that I have to do. So I do apologize that it took so long for me to sell this motorcycle. But let me talk about what led to my success compared to, why. The biggest question people ask is that I think that they're so confused about, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys, I can see your questions right now, so feel free to shoot them on the live chat if you guys are joining us live. But the most common question that we always get is like, well, why couldn't they have sold it for, what you sold it for, and why, did you buy it so cheap, or what's going on? Like, they don't understand the whole thing. It all comes down to exposure, especially on this deal. So I found this motorcycle, the Yamaha R1. It was a 2006. I found it for, it was for sale for over $4,000. I'm not too sure what it was on sale for. I looked on Craigslist, and they were all selling for $4,500 or more, so $4,500. So with that being said, I saw this margin, this just like when it comes down, it's just this margin of profit, right? So it's selling for about 4,000. I know they sell for 4,500. I'm gonna see what I can do. So when it came down to negotiation, I was able to get it down to 3,500. $3,500 or $3,500 for a 2006 Yamaha R1. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's a pretty good deal within my area. You guys might want to become a little bit more familiar within your location and see what they sell for there. And when it came down to posting it for sale, I was the lowest priced one in Arizona. So that was the beautiful thing about it. My competition wasn't necessarily there. The only drawback that I experienced with this specific bike is that it was laid down on its right-hand side. So it did have some scuffs on the fairing. So meaning that, like, it fell and it had some scuffs on the fairing. That was the only downside. So someone that wanted a pristine bike, this was definitely not the bike for them. And obviously the pristine bikes are selling for $5,000 or more. I had mine posted for $4,900. Now I had it posted for about a week and a half, but I was in California, and I came back here about 3 days ago, and I've been going back and forth with a number of people. And the coolest thing about this is, again, I found it on OfferUp. When it comes down to wanting to buy and resell these cars and motorcycles, one of the biggest recommendations that I can have, again, this is going to be the diamond out of this entire video, is exposure. And you want to make sure that you are capturing a large audience, or the max potential audience, when it comes down to wanting to sell something, because the more audience or more exposure that you have, the more potential buyer that you will be exposed to that will want to purchase your bike or motorcycle or item that you are selling. So it came down to posting it on Craigslist and OfferUp and let it go. And the reason that you do that is, again, this individual only had it posted on OfferUp, and OfferUp is a newer platform. It's not that well known, especially for buying and reselling cars and motorcycles. It is popular within my area, but the older people, right? It's not the older people. It's just people that are a little bit older aren't that familiar with that specific platform. And it's simple. He didn't do anything wrong. His listing was nice. His description was nice. He took really nice pictures. It was just exposure. It wasn't there. And that's where I was able to capitalize on it. I put it on Craigslist, which obviously, when it comes down to overall exposure and the demographic that are actively looking for those bikes, overall, the average bike that's selling on Craigslist is selling for a lot more than it is on OfferUp, because there isn't that much demand on OfferUp. And with that being said, I posted it for sale right away. I was going back and forth. There was actually the day that I left, a person that wanted to come buy it the day after. So I would have sold it, I guess, maybe 2 days after I posted it for sale. But realistically, again, it still took me a week and a half for me to actually sell it after I posted it for sale. And I posted it for, let me tell you guys about the negotiation. So I posted it for sale for $4,900. I bought it for $3,500. I can see that I'm speaking a little bit quick, so I'm gonna try to slow down. Sorry about that. I get pretty excited. So I posted it for sale for $4,900, and I was going back and forth with this buyer only yesterday. He messaged me right away. He's like, "Hey, I'm super interested." He lowballed me. I was like, "Hey, I'm not here to waste your time. I hope you're not here to waste mine." And he was like, "What's the lowest that you'll be able to take?" I said 4,700, lowest that I'll be able to take, and that's it. And he was like, "Okay, I think I can make that happen." He messages me maybe 30 minutes later, and I was at the gym, believe it or not, right? And he was just like, "Hey, I'm not able actually to come up with the extra $200." He said 200. I didn't know why he said that, because he originally offered me like 3,000 or 3,500, something extremely low. I think 3,500. And I was just like, "No, I'm not going to take that." I was like, "Look, I sent him a simple message, and I was like, 'Hey, what changed your,'" or he didn't even say, "Hey, I couldn't come up with the $200. All he responded was saying that, "Hey, I'm going to have to pass on this motorcycle." That's all he responded. I could have simply moved on and ignored that message and, put my chest up and be like, "Oh, I don't need his business or anything like that." I simply responded to him and be like, "Hey, what changed? What changed your mind with this specific deal?" All I asked was that question. He's like, "I couldn't come up with the extra $200. I was like, "If you're willing to come in today to buy the motorcycle, then I'll close the deal for you at 4,500. And he came in. He actually came a little bit later. He said he was going to be here from 5 to 6 p.m. He didn't get here till like 7:30 or 8. You guys saw, if you guys follow me on Instagram, the link is down below. It says Ricky's Instagram. You guys can follow me there. And yeah, I posted it right after I sold it. He liked the GTR, so he thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, sold it, signed over the title, everything was good to go, and it was a very fluid transaction. It took no more than 15 minutes. He checked out the bike, he took it for a test drive. I had the money on hand. I don't let anyone else take the bike for a test drive if I don't have the money on hand, just in case they drop it or they try to steal it. That's a quick little tip for you there. And yeah, that's really just it. So I was able to close the $1,000 profit within after a week and a half of actively selling it, 3 weeks total of actually owning the motorcycle, and ending the year on a green net. So that's the easiest way that I can put it. Now I'm looking for the next flip. I'm going to be most actively looking for motorcycles at the moment. I still have my Alpha 7 GTR, and I still have the BMW M3. I'm still selling the M3. And until I sell the M3, I'm not going to be selling the GTR. I'm not going to aggressively look for another higher end car. It's just too much money for invested in cars and stuff like that it's not really worth it for me. I like the movement that we have going on with the buying and reselling of motorcycles, and it's just a lot more fluid and easy to handle. And this is something that I want to do as I'm getting busier and busier. But other than that, I think that's really just it. So let me go ahead and see if you guys have any questions. I don't think that you guys have any questions at all, but I know that a couple of you guys were pretty excited for the lesson library that we're working on for the buying and reselling of cars. So the thing that I've been working on it nonstop for about 8 to 10 hours every day of just straight editing these videos. And something that we're putting together for you guys is the big 3 questions. How do you find these deals? Where do you find them? And how do you profit off of them? Not only are we going to cover those main 3, but we're also going to cover how to maximize profits, how to gain the most exposure, how to negotiate, everything that you need to know from the very starting point to the very, selling and all the in-betweens of even renting out your car, how to make money while owning it and stuff like that. Complete details on also how to save money, establish partnerships with dealerships, how I was able to do it, and how I'm able to establish partnerships with local dealerships that can do on-consignment sales for me and stuff like that. Everything it is that you need to know that has led to my success. Last month was one of my largest months. I ended up closing the month nearly at $30,000 profit. I was also selling cars over $100,000, so just to put that into perspective. But we're also covering on how to buy and resell very small, low-cost items. So Phil bought a $50 pit bike, and he sold it for $150. Did not do any work. The bike wasn't even running when we sold it. I think it turned on, but $100 profit. And when it comes down to a $50 investment and being able to make a 200% return, that's huge, especially for someone that it maybe might be a little bit younger or just wants to get their feet wet with investing. And that's why I named this video, how to make $1,000 profit with little risk. If you understand the risk involved, if you understand the market, and you know how to capitalize on this, then it makes sense, right? You'll know how to do it. And then let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, AZ seems good market for bikes. Eduardo, yeah, I would say that it is year round. That's the only thing that I would maybe correct you in. Year round, no. When it's super hot over here, I don't even want to buy any motorcycles because I don't even want to deal with it. There's very low movement when it came down to during the summer years because it's extremely hot here in Arizona. But yeah, so that's really just it. So I have a couple people asking me questions about trading. I'm not going to be answering any questions about investing in the stock market or anything like that. I really just wanted to make a video strictly for the buying and reselling of these cars and motorcycles, and that's really just it. So I'm super excited for this lesson library. We're going to have a full-on community that's going to be fully devoted for just the buying and reselling of cars and motorcycles. We have specific companies that we're partnering up with to reduce the rates when it comes down to like pulling up Carfax, everything when it comes down to like registration, tax, filing for taxes, everything. There's going to be a well-packaged, put together, structured video lesson library of everything that is that you need to know, all the the bill of sales, all the documents, everything just in a structured format so you can get going and create this extra source of income. So not only are you guys going to be able to manage your normal job or whatever it is that you guys are doing now, not only are you guys going to be able to invest in the stock market successfully, but now we're going to be adding now another market that you can successfully capitalize on, and that's the buying and reselling of cars. And we're going to cover everything from our exotic cars, from like the R8s, the McLarens, the Z06s, GTRs, whatever it is that you love and is your dream car, to your everyday drivers, as well as to motorcycles and even to your smallest pit bikes. We want to cover the full-on demographic. If you want like something as a hobby or a full-fledged business, whatever it is, we have someone and have had some experience in that specific market, and we are going to share that with you. So for those that are asking, when is this going to be released? We're going to be launching it on the 1st, and it's going to be me and the JR Garage group that are going to be putting this together. And we want to keep it as a closed pre-launch just because he has such a large following. He has over like 800,000 subscribers. And we want the first month to be a closed group because we want to do like monthly webinars and stuff like that and really just fully dive in. So for those that are interested in learning a little bit more about this lesson library, then feel free to direct message me within the Discord group chat for TechButt Solutions. If you don't know how to stay connected or you don't know how to direct message me, there's a playlist that says how to get started, and it shows you how to join our free group, how to join our free group chat, and how to direct message me and stuff like that. So you can learn that way. Direct message me, tell me that you're interested, and our pre-launch is obviously going to have a sale, and then there's going to be a bunch of additives that we're going to be being able to provide for you that I hope that can really guide you guys in the right direction. But I'm actually, I think, going to go off to the gym, believe it or not. So it's time for me to, yeah, I don't like going to the gym. But yeah, that's really just it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It's really cool being able to make money out of like a hobby and being able to transform like, these things that we all love, at least myself, I'm a huge car enthusiast, and turn them into a real business and being able to make money off of owning your dream car or just your car and not taking a loss. Just imagine that. That's my gain for each and every single one of you, and that's what I'm here to share. So if you guys want to be a part of that, then feel free to give the video a thumbs up and then join us for the lesson library. And if you guys are not, then you guys definitely don't have to. You guys know we're not here to push anything on you that you are not comfortable with investing. I'm here to simply provide exposure for those that want it, and for those that don't, then you simply don't have to jump on it. Again, invest in what you understand and what you want to be a part of, and don't in what you don't. So yeah, thank you guys again. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives in your success. Congratulations for all those that were able to capitalize on our UGAS call out, over 50% return within the past week. So huge call out on that. XNet, we did very well with that. If you guys follow me on Instagram, it was $202 profit or something like that in like 30 minutes. So that was really nice. So altogether, we ended the day at $400 profit for trading. So all the links are down below. If you guys want to learn how I invest in the stock market, that's the first link. If you want to join our free networking group, that's our second link. And then all the links follow after that down below. So where am I? I am in Arizona. So as you guys can see, I go to ASU Polytechnic. I took the semester off, but I'll be back there for all those Sun Devils that are at the Polytechnic campus. So thank you guys again. Take it easy. Hope you guys have an amazing year. And like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.